Got the Alco chassis. We have muddy wet boots and just get all that air out. Hi, I'm Mark at the Caravan place, and today we're going to be reviewing the Bailey of Bristol Bailey Unicorn Black Edition, and this is the Vigo. Now if you're liking our videos, hit that subscribe button, and if you are liking it, again, as I say, hit the like button. If you've got a Vigo or you've got another one of the Bailey of Bristol Caravans, let us know in the comments and let us know what you think of it. So I'm going to go around and show you all the different features on this Bailey Unicorn Vigo. It's the Black Edition, so it's the newer model. So we'll have a compare of what this has got and what the previous model hasn't. We'll start on the near side, and this is where we have got at the very front. We've got a gas barbecue point, so this is connected to the main gas point, and that will feed onto a little gas barbecue, etc. We've got a locker that goes underneath of the front seating, so a nice storage area there. This has got a motor mover fitted, and again, not all of them have got the motor mover, so that has been fitted as an extra. And then instead of having a battery box on the outside, these have the mains 230 volt plugs in just in the side on that connector there. You'll notice we've got two large fridge vents. This has got the bigger fridge freezer in this, so it does make a nice fridge freezer, which we'll see when we get inside. So that's where I say you plug your 230 volt in, and then you've got an external 230 volt, so into your awning you've got a power socket, and then we've also got the aerial point, so you can put power outside into the awning, etc. Again, underneath of the bed we've got more storage, so that goes straight underneath of our bed. And then again, we've got these nice black alloy wheels, and they've got the tyre pal fitted into here. So that's basically a monitoring system that you can set up in the car, and then it will tell you if you have a flat tyre or anything like that, or the pressure starts going down, it will monitor that and let you know in the car. A bit like if you've got it on your car, exactly the same sort of a system, but it's just a little Bluetooth unit that you put into the car, and that will work from that. It's got the Alco chassis, so we've also got the Alco ATC, and then we're set up on 13-pin electrics, so just make sure your vehicle has got the 13-pin electrics on there. It's got the Alco stabilised hitch head, and again, we don't have a front locker. We've got no storage. It gives you more storage inside of the Caravan, but we lose out on the little side lockers and a big front box. And then our gas bottle, then we've got room for two, but they go on the side. It's set up on propane, this one, so we've got the little pigtail set up with propane. It's a hand wheel, so we literally just tighten this up by hand, and it's reverse thread, so it's just till it's tight, and then we can actually turn the gas bottle on the top. And again, as I say, you'll get two 6-kilogram bottles in there nice and easily. And again, we've got the straps then just to secure both bottles into place. Water, it's the whale water system, so our pump just plugs in, and then we've got a little clip, so that just locks that into place. And then this has also got the Aldi central heating. I think most of the Unicorns have got the Aldi central heating, so we've got our vent there, and that's just for our gas really, so when it's working on the gas side of things, that is where it's going to flow from. All of our wastewater is going to come out of our two outlets here, so our waste from our shower and our sinks, both out of here. And then towards the back we've got our cassette toilet, so our flush water goes into this one here, and it's pink chemical. It holds about 7 litres this, and it's just literally a little watering can or a little bottle, and then just top it up with the pink chemical on that one. And then our actual cassette is at the bottom. Now, to empty our flush water, we've got the little tube that dangles down on the side here, so that is how we empty that flush water container up the top there. So over the winter, or if you're not going to use it for a while, just pop the little cap off at the end and then let that drain out. Obviously don't let that come back inside of the Caravan, it's going to cause you an issue. And then for the actual cassette, we just lift up the orange handle and that pulls out, and again, it's just a standard cassette that we've got fitted on there, and that just empties in the normal way. Again, I'd always make sure that you lock that up when you're on site, so if somebody's made a mess of their cassette, they're not going to come and steal yours. Again, nice back panel, the black graphics again. It does look really, really good, to be fair, with the black graphics on there, and it does just make it stand out a little bit. And then again, we've got our light, our awning light just above the door there. So let's have a look inside and see some of the features and how everything works. The main 230 volt trip switches and fuses are just sat underneath of the fridge, which is nice and handy. We've not got to be rooting around under any seats or anything like that. It's just real nice and handy and easy to get to. So they're all there. And then your actual battery, as I said outside, we don't have a battery box on these. They're floor mounted, and it is, I don't know, it is a little bit trickier, I suppose, having the battery box inside of the Caravan. But how many times do you actually need to get to the battery throughout the year? I suppose it's not huge amounts. So the battery box is just, as I say, floor mounted. It's underneath the bed, so it doesn't take up any extra room. And then it's just straight under there. So even again, you've not got to take up any carpets or anything like that to be able to get access to that. It's just if you store quite a lot under the bed, then you might just have to move things around to get to that. It's got a wet locker from that outside access door, so again, muddy wet boots or anything like that's not going to be an issue because of that wet locker. And then for our motor mover, as I say, they're not all fitted with a motor mover, but most of them will be fitted with a key switch already in place, and that's where it is. And again, you can access that through the little side door underneath the bed, and that will turn the motor mover off if you have one fitted. Again, freestanding table is just underneath of there. Again, it's a good sized freestanding table. And again, this front bed will, or the island bed, will slide out and in. So again, it just make it a little bit more room through the day, being able to slide that back in and just make it nice and walkable around the outsides. On the black edition, we did get these nicer cabinets. We got the mirror finish just in these little alcoves, both sides. And again, we get a nice backsplash around the kitchen area. I really like that. I think they look really cool. And again, during the evening when it goes darker, there is little lights that sort of shine at the one side of that, and it does make it look really nice as well. So electronics, so our 12 volt on and off is just at the side of the door, and then we've got our master on and off. We've got our awning light, we've got our internal lights, and then we've got our water pump. And again, when that's running, we get a little light come on there to let us know that that is running there. If you can actually use the Caravan, the water pump, couple of tips is before we put that water pump on, is make sure that all of your taps are over the sink and that they're all in the closed position. And then just underneath of this seat, we've got the actual boiler itself and access to that. Now we've got the drain off valve for the water as well for the winter, and when you're not going to use the Caravan, and that's just located at the back of the boiler, and you'll see the little yellow switch there. Now it is a little bit awkward to get, you've really got to get the seats up, but I suppose again you're only really going to do that at the beginning, middle and end of the season really, I suppose. So when that's down in the flat position like it is, that is ready to use, that's ready to put the water through. So always just make sure before you start pulling the water through that is down flat like it is. And then if you pop it into the upright position, so if I just flick that into that upright position, you'll hear then it starts to empty and drain that water system down. So again, just always make sure that when you want to use it, it's flat. And then if you were draining the system down, you'd pop that into the upright position, and that will then start to drain the system. Open all of those taps up, and that will get the water system drained down for you. And as I say, if it was you were coming back into the Caravan, just make sure then that you've closed all of those taps back off, and then we can then put the water pump into the on position. If you would just drain the system down, or you drain the system down previously and you're refilling the system, you're not going to get a slow, steady pace of water like we've got now. You're going to get quite a lot of coughing and spluttering, and you're going to need to give it a good 5 minutes or so, just until we've got a nice steady flow of water like we have now. And you'll want to do the same in the bathroom and in the shower, and just get all that air out of the system. Same thing on the gas system. We need to get all the air out of the system, and the easiest way is with hob rings, and it's then just literally just holding our gas control valves in, let the gas come through and light up our gas rings. Then that then lets us know that we've got the gas actually coming through the system, and it's the easiest way as well to get the air out of the system and get the gas through. It just is a bit quicker and easier, and then you'll find that your fridge, all your other appliances on the gas then will just light up a little bit quicker and easier. We have also got the electric ring at the back here, so I'll just pop that into the on position and just make sure that's heating up, which it very quickly is doing. And again, just always make sure that these are fully cooled down before you put this glass lid down, or it is going to cause damage and break this glass lid for you. Just below, so it is an all-in-one oven, hob and grill. It's the Thetford, and it's a nice big grill on this one. So again, same sort of a thing. We hold in our gas valve, we hit our igniter, and then the grill will light up for us. Again, you can put that onto a high and a low, and then back into the off position. And then just below we've got our oven. Now, one big tip is our oven shelves. You'll notice we've got the little sticky out pips. They must always go to the back of the oven, and that is then the correct way to have those fitted. You'll notice our top one there, again, is fitted correctly, but the second one wasn't. And the reason for that is that the gas burner, the flame has got room to burn, and it's not going to hit the metal grill and then burn the back of the oven. So if you see an oven and it's got big burn marks all at the back of it, it's basically because the oven shelves have been fitted incorrectly. So just make sure that they're the right way around. And again, exactly the same, then we just turn our gas control dial on, hit our igniter, and that will light up. Again, you do need to have the glass lid lifted up for the grill and the oven to work, and the same, obviously the hobs at the top aren't going to work if that's shut down. We've then got that nice big fridge freezer. It's the slimline fridge freezer, and you've got plenty of storage in there. And again, then you've got the big freezer compartment. You can use this on the electric, so on your 230 volt if you've got that plugged in. You've got the option to run it on the battery, which is if you've got 13 pins wired up on the car, you could run it as you're driving along and keep the fridge just cool. It won't freeze down like it will on the gas or the electric, but it will just keep it cool. And then you've got your gas. Now what you have to do with the gas is you have to use your thermostat. Now this thermostat will work for the electric and the gas, but it also doubles up as our gas valve. So we hold that one in, we hit our igniter, and then you'll see that we've got the little indicator. So when that's lit up, the little red line will come up into the green. Once it's been up there for a few seconds, we can release that and just make sure that that stays up into the green, and that is then running on the gas for you, and will cool the fridge down on the gas. And then, as I say, you just use your thermostat as per normal then, and you can set the temperature of what you want the fridge and the freezer to freeze down to and cool down to. Once you've finished, it's just literally all the way back round into the off position. And again, a great fridge freezer with plenty of storage in there. On the heating side, it's fitted with the Aldi central heating, which is again you've got the radiator system all the way around the Caravan. So you'll notice we've got the little vents going around. You've got a little radiator in the bathroom, and then sort of all the way around the backs of the seating, front and around the bed, there's little radiators basically that just really heat the van up nice, and it keeps it a nice good temperature as well. It is a lot more controllable than a lot of the other central heating systems or the other heating systems. Now, to turn the system on and off, you've got the main on and off button, and that will then light up the screen. And then this will basically be controlled by our menu, so we can then set our temperature. So our very top one is what we want the temperature inside the Caravan, and we can use our plus and minus buttons to change that around to where we want it to. We've then got our hot water, so we can turn our hot water in the off position, or we can turn our hot water into the on position. So the first setting there is normal on position, and then you have got a boost, which is that second position there. So if you wanted to get that hot water quicker, you needed to get a shower and the hot water hadn't been on, or you just wanted hot water quicker, you can pop that boost on. But by doing that, it will turn the heating system off, so that will not run the heating system and the hot water together. It will just put all the power through to the hot water and boost it for about 30 minutes. So if you want heating and hot water, you need to run it on that first setting there. So that is the setting if you want hot water and your heating on at the same time. Just below them, we've got the lightning strike, which is our electric. So if we wanted to put the system on the electric, we can put it onto 1 kilowatts, 2 kilowatts, or 3 kilowatts. And again, we've got like a low, high and medium setting, so you can just set that to where you want it to. And again, if you go onto a site and it's a low ampage site, you might just want to run it on 1 kilowatt and spread the power through the different items on the Caravan. Or if you go to a site and you've got no electric whatsoever, you can also just run this on the gas, and then that will turn green and then run through the system on the gas and light up and run that on the gas side of things for you. Then to turn it back off again, it's just literally turn the hot water off, turn the gas off, turn the electrics off, and then hold your on and off button, and that will turn the system completely off then. Now around the Caravan we've got different lighting, and we've got a couple of light switches here that will put the kitchen lights on. Spotlights, we've got individual switches. Now you'll notice on this one it's had some LED lights fitted extra. This isn't a normal fitment, but they've basically just put it onto a little USB plug, and then you can plug that in, and it's got some little LEDs fitted around the top. As I say, that isn't a normal fitment, that has been something somebody has fitted in extra. But the reason I'm mentioning that is you've got the little LED charging points on these lights, so you've not got to have separate phone chargers. You can literally plug your phone into that, and then a nice little cubby hole at the top here, so you've not got the cable running down. You have got a couple of pockets here that you can put them into, etc., but a nice little storage space just at the top, and you've got that on both sides here. And again, you've got the LED or the USB socket on these LED lights too. These have just got the lights on and off, and then just above the door area again we've got more light switches that put our above cabinets and spotlights on. And then you'll notice as well here we have also got the 230 volt, a 12 volt, and then an aerial socket, so you could put a bracket for a TV onto the side here, which is, it's a shame that they don't actually do that from the factory. It's a bit silly that they've put the sockets all there, but nowhere to actually put your TV, so it does really just need a bracket there, I'd have said. You've got the microwave, so again this just is a normal microwave where you can put it onto a 30 seconds quick start, stop, and then you've got all different settings in there as well. I'd always just remove this microwave plate when you're going to travel, so pop that underneath of the seat when you're going to actually travel, and then that's not going to come out and cause any damage when you're traveling along. Light switch in the bedroom, again, which puts our LED lights up above, and again we've got our little spotlights either side, and again in the bedroom we've got the little charging points there. Same on this one. And then again either side we've got his and hers wardrobes. We've got the Aldi central heating, so that's got the header tank, so that's got all the antifreeze for that central heating system and the actual tank in there. Nice cupboard space above the bed, so plenty of storage. And again we've got little amounts of storage just either side. Now you'll notice that I'm pretty sure this is his wardrobe and that's her wardrobe. A little bit more space in this one, so that's just my presumption. Let us know in the comments if you think that's right. And then into the bathroom we've got a lovely separate shower and toilet. We've got the pull cord, and again that puts on some great lights. A huge mirror across the back there, and a really funky wash hand basin in the bathroom, and then a nice great properly fully lined shower unit, a real nice usable shower, and again plenty of storage. We've got the cassette toilet. Now to flush that cassette toilet we've got a little button on there, and that puts our flush water through. When the cassette needs emptying we'll get a little light on here that'll just let you know that that cassette needs emptying. And then to let everything through the cassette and into the bottom part of the cassette is just our grey handle, and that just opens and closes the valve into the bottom. More storage in the little cubby hole there. Quite a thin unit but plenty of extra storage. Got a little 230 volt socket down here, again for a hairdryer or something like that, and you've got another TV point just on the side here by the bedroom, so again you can have a TV in bed. Really nice decor in this. It's finished off very nicely. You've got the sliding door across the bedroom area that will divide it from the front section. So again, it's just a bit more privacy if required. And that pretty much brings us to the end of the review and setup guide of this Bailey of Bristol's Bailey Unicorn Vigo Black Edition. Big one to get out then. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, give us a thumbs up. Hopefully it showed you how to work everything as well. And that's all I've got to really say. Thanks. I'm Mark at the Caravan Place.